Today is December 24th, 2022. 78 years ago, in the airspace somewhere before me, an air battle took place between the 4th Combat Wing A Group, flown by the 4th, 87th, and the Luftwaffe. And it was particularly the low squadron that suffered the most. And several aircraft were lost or damaged that they were forced to return back to England. A lot of these crews were killed. Some of them are resting here in Belgium at Henri Chapelle. The low squadron was flying 1 mile behind their assigned group and became an easy prey for the Luftwaffe, and they paid a heavy price for it. One of the aircraft shot down was ship 7569, 4th 87th. Was flown by First Lieutenant Ira Ball. Flying with the Ball crew in aircraft 7569 was Staff Sergeant Duffy J. Godin Jr. and he was a Ball turret gunner. Another B-17 that was shot down was ship 8164, and resting here is its still gunner, Staff Sergeant Jefferson Gregory. Not only bombers were lost, also fighters, and here is First Lieutenant Charles W. Ford Jr. of the 370th Fighter Group. Yet another 4th 87th bomb group B-17 was lost, ship 102497, and resting here is its engineer, Tech Sergeant Frank G. Callahan. A 4th B-17 of the 4th 87 was lost, was ship 8192, and its pilot, 2nd Lieutenant Kenneth Lang, is resting here. Another crew member of ship 8192 is resting here at Henri Chapelle, and it's its co-pilot, 2nd Lieutenant Howard R. Miller. Yet another 437 bomber was lost. This time it was ship 38926, and its radio operator, Staff Sergeant George J. Ferenczek is resting here. Another crew member of the 4th 87 bomb group, flying in ship 8926, is resting here as well. It's the co-pilot, 2nd Lieutenant Oscar F. Eshelman. Another 4th 87th bomb group victim, the navigator of aircraft 8926, Flight Officer Joseph S. Schuster. It's resting here. Probably the thing what is this mission most famous is for is the loss of the lead aircraft of the lead squadron, 4th Combat Wing A Group, aircraft 44 8 Treble 4 as it was known. Famous because it had a general on board who gave the ultimate sacrifice and ultimately received the Medal of Honor. We are talking of course about Brigadier General Frederick W. Castle, commander of the 4th Combat Wing, and he flew on board Treble 4 and he is resting here at Henri Chapelle amongst all the others. General Castle flew on board Treble 4, as already mentioned, in the co-pilot seat. Its pilot lost his life too, and he is resting here as well. It's First Lieutenant Robert W. Harriman. Three crew members of Treble 4 are buried here, resting here, and we're now on our way to meet the third one. The third crew member of Treble 4 that's resting here is Technical Sergeant, the radio operator, Lawrence H. Swain. Another aircraft which is a bit of a mystery. It was assigned to the 303rd Bomb Group but flown by the 92nd Bomb Group crew. And the reports say it was never seen again after takeoff. Yet it flew over enemy territory, was hit and was shot down. One of its crew members was the radio operator, Harland B. Parks, Sergeant, and the aircraft he flew on was 4231574, again a 303rd Bomb Group aircraft. The second crew member of the 92nd Bomb Group that flew in the aircraft of the 303rd is resting here as well. It's a navigator, Second Lieutenant Roy H. Powell. Also, a couple of B-24s were lost, one of which after a direct hit by anti-aircraft artillery, and one of his crew members is resting here. Navigator First Lieutenant Donald J. McNeely, 458th Bomb Group, was flying aboard B-24 ship 9812, and he's resting here. Another aircraft and crew of the 92nd Bomb Group was hit as well, but they couldn't make it back to the UK, and their aircraft crashed near, I hope I pronounced it correctly, Ohe in Belgium, and some of the crew survived, some of them did not. It was flown by the McConnell crew, and I had the pleasure of meeting the McConnell family a couple of years ago. at Ohio. But the crew member of this aircraft is resting here. And the crew member involved is First Lieutenant Anthony Picars, and he was a navigator on board aircraft 8022 92nd Bomb Group. Intelligence warned the crews about unplotted flak because of the fluidity of the situation in the front lines. And this was more so the case at Saint-Vith, very nearby here, which fell into German hands just a couple of days before. And indeed there was some anti-aircraft artillery, and one of those victims was a ship of the 447th Bomb Group, ship 8355. One of its crew members was Staff Sergeant Roy W. Gregory, and he was the radio operator on board this aircraft. The pilot of the 447th Bomb Group B-17 that was shot down by anti-aircraft was First Lieutenant Miles S. King. He also lost his life, and he is resting here at Henri Chapelle. Another fighter pilot lost his life, 9th Air Force, 474 Fighter Group, First Lieutenant Lenton F. Kirkland, Jr. Ship 0799 448th Bomb Group was shot down as well by anti-aircraft artillery, and its pilot, First Lieutenant L.C. Barney Castle, is resting here. And flying with Barney Castle as the radio operator was Technical Sergeant James C. Lunt. So it's not related to the mission of the 8th Air Force, but I just happened to find this grave of Private George E. Sprouse. I think it's the 630th Tank Destroyer Battalion. Also lost his life on December 24th, 1944. Resting beside him is Staff Sergeant John J. Connery, and he was the waist gunner on board the aircraft 7569 of the 4th 87th Bomb Group. Also, reconnaissance missions were flown this day, and one of those aircraft was an F-6 and was flown by 2nd Lieutenant Alfred Tenney Jr. and he was lost, and he's resting here at Henri Chapelle. 15th Squadron, 10th Reconnaissance Group. There are more crew members that are resting in Europe that died on this date. Not all at Henri Chapelle. A couple of them are resting at Margraten in the Netherlands. Some are buried or mentioned of the tablet of the missing at the Ardennes Cemetery. And I believe there's also some resting at Luxembourg Cemetery. Furthermore, accidents happened upon returning back to England or during takeoff, and crew members that lost their lives are resting at Cambridge, at Mattingly.